I mean, so much was going on. An epic reveal, huge plot twist, a romance finally being made public, a little bit of jealousy in the future, maybe, and then the plot thickens on Superman and Lois, episode 6. Let's talk about it. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Tez the Hero, back with another Superman and Lois video for you today, talking about episode 6 entitled Of Sound Mind. Now, this episode was crazy. It was a lot of stuff going on everywhere, and we're going to try and talk about every bit of it. So, if this is your first time here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel because we drop videos like this all the time. And hit that bell notification so that way you'll be notified every time we upload a new video. And if you like this type of content, go ahead and smash that like button. It only takes a second. So, right on to episode 6 of Superman and Lois. So, the episode basically starts out with Clark going to counseling and listening to other people who have people in treatment and who's been through treatment talking about what it was like, and some of the stories aren't too happy, which makes Clark feel a little unease. So he basically tells Lois that it's really not for him. And you also see Lois talking to a patient there. I don't believe that they say her name in this episode. I believe they might have said it in the previous episode. I can't remember. But I know they don't say her name in this episode. But she's talking to her, and she's basically making a new friend and getting some more information about what's going on at Hobbs Bay. And they agreed to go to lunch so that they can talk. Lois also reveals it's been about a month since Superman's fought Deadline. So he's at the DOD and he's in excruciating amount of pain. He's basically dying. So he tells Superman to take him to Bruno Mannheim. So Superman flies him to Bruno Mannheim's place, and Bruno Mannheim's like, "You crossing the line," you know. And Superman's like, "You do save him. Basically, you're killing him." And Mannheim's just like, "We'll take him to a hospital." So Superman takes him and flies off. And you basically find out that he passes away. You do get a peek inside of Bruno Mannheim's lab, and you see that they still do have the Bizarro Superman, and they're trying to reanimate him. That was what the big thing was, the reanimation process, and using the XK, the liquid synthesized XK, and Superman's blood. The storyline's only going to get deeper from here. Once he opens his eyes and he comes back to life, is he going to have the same memories? Is he going to just be a raging monster? Are they going to be able to control him? Before the end of this episode, we're going to see Superman versus Bizarro Superman. I already know it. After Superman gets back dealing with that, you see Jordan covered in mud. There was either a landslide or a flood. I can't remember which one, but Lois basically told him it was okay to go. And he said that he saved somebody, but he's just covered in mud. And Superman, at this point, he seems very overprotective. Him and Lois had the conversation about her last will and testament, making final arrangements, and he basically shut it down. He was like, "No, we don't need to do it. If you want to do it just for peace of mind, go ahead, but I believe you're going to beat this, so we don't need to do it." So he shut it down hard. The way he's acting towards Jordan seems a little bit overprotective. John, his first day at the fire station, old Rusty Buckets, good old Rusty. He's having, a little hard time. He feels like, Kyle's just basically being hard on him, but trying to teach him a lesson. I understand. I get it, So he looks like he's going to fit in quite nicely at the fire station. You also see Sophie. You haven't seen her, I don't think, all season. I almost forgot about her. But she's there, and, she wants to do something, but everybody's busy. Everybody has stuff going on. So she winds up basically running away. So after Sophie runs away, you see she's not really livid, but she's just worried. So she goes out looking for Sophie, and she goes to the store that she thinks she might be at and runs into Kyle. And Kyle's kind of, acting kind of weird and skittish. So, she peeks around the around the aisle Kyle and sees Chrissy. So she put two and two together, and she wasn't too happy about it. So she just, said a couple words and walked off. Sophie, she was talking about the fair earlier in the episode, so that's where Sarah and Jonathan find her. And Jonathan has a warm, heartfelt moment with her, and Kyle comes running up, and, they basically reunite Sophie and Sarah and Kyle. Lana was still out searching for her at this point. Now, the fortress. It's good to see the fortress again. You really don't get to see a lot of it. Clark and Jordan are at the fortress, and he's trying to teach them train, so he puts them up against two basically simulations, and Jordan does his thing and he wins, but that's still not good enough for Clark. And so they have a little bit of an argument, and this is where I say Clark just feel like he's being a little overbearing. So after him and Jordan exchange a few words, him and Lois, exchange a couple words when they get back to the house, and she basically tells them, you're Superman. You don't have to worry about a lot of things, but every human on Earth does, and you not acknowledging it isn't helping me right now. It's really making things hard. And the emotion that this show has, like, oh my goodness, like this is by far the best superhero show out there. Like, I love Titans, I love Doom Patrol, Flash. I mean, like this show here though is amazing. The depth that they are reaching and the emotions that they're bringing to the surface is incredible. I mean, do you agree? Comment down below. If you don't like the show, tell me why you don't like it. If you love the show as much as I do, let's talk about it, because this show is just phenomenal. Side note though, again, no John Henry, and this time we don't even see Natalie. So there's no John Henry or Natalie in this episode. So I imagine going forward in the next couple episodes, it might be kind of really heavy with them in it. I'm curious to see how that goes. So basically, Onomatopoeia and Bruno Mannheim talk, and they say that this is the time when they have to defeat Superman. Like, this is their one shot. So they devise a plan. Superman and Jordan are talking and basically reconciling after him and Lois's conversation. He goes to apologize to Jordan, and they both hear Lois screaming. So Superman tells him to stay there, and he rushes off. And when he gets to the location, he doesn't see anybody, and boom, here comes Onomatopoeia, and she blasts him through a wall, and then guys with kryptonite guns are just pointing at him and shooting him, and Lois comes home, and Jordan's like, are you okay? And she's like, I'm fine. So after Jordan explains what happened, she's like, go find your father. And we get to see Jordan in his outfit that Sam gave him. Oh my goodness. I mean, look, if you're a Superman fan, you already know where that outfit came from. Oh, Superboy, So, I mean, it was a really, really good Easter egg. And, I mean, it was nice, his beginner suit. But anyway, so he gets there, and he basically winds up saving his dad. After getting shot he inadvertently saves his dad. He takes out a couple thugs, but he also gets shot by the kryptonite gun, and he kind of like passes out, which Superman kind of goes into a bit of a rage, and he knocks out Onomatopoeia and the rest of the guards, and he goes to Jordan. Jordan comes to, and everything's okay. So they get back home, and John and Lois are there, and they see that they're fine, so the mood kind of lightens up, and you see that John got his shirt with his name. He's no longer Rusty. He's Lil Kent, the hardest rapper in Smallville. Watch out for a mixtape coming soon. So the big reveal at the end, oh my goodness, you see that Onomatopoeia is the woman that Lois had lunch with, and it looks like her and Bruno Mannheim are an item, and he's trying to save her. That's why he's doing these experiments, to save her life, because she does have some form of cancer. So the episode goes off with that cliffhanger, and oh my goodness, that was the juicy one. I did not expect that at all. Like, I didn't even expect us to get the reveal of who Onomatopoeia was until towards the end of the show. But it just shows you how much stuff they have going on, and the significance of Onomatopoeia to the whole plan. Like, this is why Bruno Mannheim is doing what he's doing, to trying to save her life. So, I mean, it was a really good episode. I'm really can't wait for episode 7. So if you liked the episode, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like the episode, still give me a thumbs up. Just tell me you didn't like it in the comments. And as always, thank y'all for stopping by and talking about this with me, because this show is getting better and better by the week. And once the big reveal happens, I can't wait for us to talk about the season finale. Oh my goodness, it's going to be good. Thank y'all for stopping by at the channel here at Heroes Palace. We love to talk. We would love to talk to you. So if there's any videos you would like to see, just go ahead and leave a comment down below, or you can shoot us a message. Our email is on the channel. Thank y'all so much for coming by and talking about one of my favorite shows on TV right now, Superman and Lois, Season 3. And I will catch y'all in the next one.